Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, I too rise to speak on the Social Services and Other Legislation amendments supporting the Transition to Work Bill 2023, and I'm pleased to be following the member for Dobell, and I certainly commend her for that speech and echo much of the sentiment that she and many other speakers have had about the immense benefit that the changes that this bill brings for a whole host of people, and it's one that this government is very proud of in terms of the very practical measures that it makes, particularly for our seniors, but also for a lot of people that are in receipt of different pension payments as well, and I'll get to all the details of that. And Deputy Speaker, as the Assistant Minister for Social Services, I say I'm very proud to be speaking on this very critical bill that sets out the smooth transition between income support and employment as well. It has a lot of benefits. Also, as a member for Richmond, in my electorate, I have a very large proportion of seniors, such as the member for Dobell, as she spoke about, and very fortunate to have many senior Australians in my area. And as I often say, these are the people that built our nation, and we should always be very cognizant of serving their needs, whatever they may be. And a lot of the changes in this bill are ones that have really echoed what they have told me over a period of time. Now, in terms of our government, the Albanese Labor government's #1 priority is helping all Australians, ensuring that no one's left behind or held back, and providing the support and changes that they may need. And we've certainly seen that in a whole host of our cost of living initiatives, which, particularly in terms of our seniors, has been a great benefit to them, whether that be cheaper medicines or our energy bill relief, or our absolute huge investment in Medicare in terms of tripling the bulk billing rate. That has been absolutely crucial for our seniors who rely on those particular services. We are, of course, also very focused on job creation and driving employment, and that's vital in regional economies too, to ensure we have strong economic growth there through employment in our regions. Now, the changes in this bill will permanently enhance the pension work bonus and also extend, very importantly, the employment income nil rate period for those on income support. And the bill will give people the support that they need to be able to work. Now, of course, following on from last year's Jobs and Skills Summit, the Albanese Labor government has undertaken a number of measures that focus on inclusion and reducing some of the barriers to employment. This includes our work bonus boost, the Carer Inclusive Workplace Initiative, and the development of the Carer Pathways pilot for people with a disability. And through our landmark employment white paper released in September, we set the roadmap for a more dynamic and inclusive labour market, one that will deliver sustainable employment underpinned by job security and wages growth. So important to have all that in place. And, Deputy Speaker, we really want to continue to ensure that older Australians have the option, should they wish to take up more work and do more work. And I certainly hear that from many of my local constituents as well. Some of them are keen to do that and pursue it and have the capacity to be able to do it, and that's what this bill is allowing. And this bill really does represent the very immediate actions that we're taking to deliver on many of those objectives of that white paper. The changes to the pension work bonus will enable our older Australians who choose to work, and if they want to earn more income from working before their pension is affected. And that could be through a variety of different forms of employment at different times of the year, when different circumstances arise. They want to be able to have that flexibility. And this builds on the temporary work bonus measure that the government announced at the Jobs and Skills Summit, which gave all eligible pensioners a one-off $4,000 upfront credit into their work bonus balance and increased their work bonus income balance from $7,800 to $11,800. Now, of course, this temporary measure was in place from the 1st of December 2022 to the 31st of December 2023. But now, with this bill before us, before the House, we will permanently extend these changes from the 1st of January 2024 to all eligible new recipients over pension age who will commence with a work bonus balance of $4,000 from day one instead of starting with zero. So we're making we're making this particular objective permanent, which is wonderful. That will be in place. It gives people certainty for the future as they are planning as well. And throughout this bill, we will retain on a permanent basis the maximum income balance of $11,800 for all eligible pensioners and veterans to accrue in their work bonus income back. So a massive change that will assist many of our seniors and our veterans. Now, in addition to enhancing the work bonus from 1st July 2024, this bill will also double the length of employment income nil rate period from 12 to 24 weeks and extend access for people who start full-time work. And of course, the employment income nil rate period is available to people on a whole range of different payments, including job seeker payment, youth allowance, off-study, ab-study living allowance, parenting payment, disability support pension and the carer payment as well. And look, having that in place will make such a huge difference because people on these particular pensions won't be penalised or their pension affected if they are working for that period of time. And as we all know, once people get employment, they have to see whether it does work out and it is the objectives that they and the employer had hoped for. And having that 24 weeks really does give a certainty for all involved, and particularly those people that are in employment as well, to making sure that is exactly the course that they do want to take, because of course then going off those pensions and having to come back on, particularly for many of those, is a very lengthy process. So to have the opportunity for choice gives a real certainty and a security for those people as well, just having that extension of that time to the 24 weeks. And so, Deputy Speaker, so there's two very important parts to this bill, and we understand as a government the substantial benefits for older Australians and the broader community, particularly those older Australians of continuing to work in terms of the changes in this bill, and of course the economic benefits to that as well. But when we look at our older workers, we know they have a wealth of experience and highly skilled working backgrounds to contribute if they're able and they want to be able to do that. And I hear from many of my older constituents as well about the extensive experience and great wealth and knowledge that they have as well. So be able to use that in a whole variety of employment settings. I know a lot of employers are very keen to hire older workers purely because of that reason. It gives them an opportunity to do that and also to be able to fit in with whatever they have in their busy lives as well. And this bill will ensure that more than 195,000 senior Australians who commence on the pension each year will be given added incentive to maintain their connection to the workforce as well and have that choice, which is important. And of course, this is absolutely invaluable when it comes to our labour market and our local economies, as I said, to have those people working too. The maximum income bank balance of $11,800 also means that pensioners who are not working regularly are able to accrue credits to this higher maximum balance, allowing them to earn more if they do take up some work before their pension is even affected. It also means pensioners who haven't used their one-off $4,000 credit yet will be able to keep it in their income bank to use it at a later date. So together, the higher maximum income bank balance limit and the starting balance are targeted and effective changes that really will deliver benefits to those pensioners who do choose to work. And also, by doubling the length of the employment income, it will allow people to be more involved in the system and retain these benefits when they get first back into work for longer. We know that to improve employment outcomes, it's critical that people are not disincentivised from taking on short-term or ad hoc opportunities that could and may turn into longer-term work. Now, the changes to the income nil rate period are expected to benefit about 138,000 people each year, particularly those receiving job seeker and youth allowance as well. And it really is a game changer, particularly for those younger people, to have that time to really see that they are settled in that employment environment. So all of that allows us to provide more support for people to get back into work without the fear they would have, obviously, that social safety net won't be there if they do need it again. They know that it's there over that period of time. which is so incredibly important. And so, Deputy Speaker, in conclusion, our government, the Albanese government, is committed to giving many Australians more choice and flexibility to participate in the workforce, and particularly older Australians in terms of the work bonus. And these changes deliver on our commitment of building on a really strong social security safety net that protects our vulnerable Australians and doesn't stigmatise people for needing help. And we are very proud of our history of doing that. And our suite of safety net measures includes additional support also for working age and student payment recipients, and we would have seen 2-hour increases to Commonwealth rent assistance and the expansion of the parenting payment as well, providing that targeted support when it is required. And the importance of this bill is that it really does work to overcome barriers to employment and broaden opportunity by reducing disincentives in the social security system and supporting more people to take up work. So, in conclusion, Deputy Speaker, the measures in this bill will provide a broad range of support to many, many more Australians, and I commend the bill to the House.